continue on with number 12. Try to do number 12 on your own. And again, please stop the video right away here and compare your answer to what I got on number 12 here. All right, now I'm guessing that some of you are starting to realize a pattern and you're going to want to skip all the work altogether. Remember that part of the math here is actually finding the way that you do that and showing all your steps and everything. So it's very nice if you can be able to do this quickly and realize, oh, you see a 0.38 repeating, oh, that's 38/99. If you had a 0.27 repeating, oh, it's 27/99. And that's great if you recognize that pattern. I still want to see your work, though. I want this to do it. So if you had cheated in that last one and realized the pattern went right to the answer, please make sure that you're practicing the steps because I really want you to do that, and I'm going to be assessing you based on your ability to do that. Okay, so the next particular task here is to be able to compare numbers. All right, we're going to start off with comparing a couple of fractions. We've got 5/8 and we've got 3/4. How do you know which one is bigger? How do you decide? After playing around with these for a while, you might say, well, you know what? It's a lot easier if we compare these numbers if they have the same denominator. The fact that I've got 5/8 and 3/4 makes this a little challenging. So I'm going to change. I already know 5/8 is the bigger denominator. 3/4 can be very easily converted into eighths, because 4 times 2 actually gives me 8. All right, and so 3, I need to do whatever I do the denominator, I need to do the numerator. 3 times 2 gives me 6. So now I have 6/8, and I'm comparing it to 5/8. Which one's bigger? Oh, it was the 6/8, which is the 3/4. So which one's bigger? The answer is the 3/4 is bigger. Okay. All right, so I'd like you to do A on your own, and then we will start doing B together. So go ahead and just do A on your own and stop the video and then compare to what I have. All right, I converted both of them so they're 18ths, and 5/6 comes out to 15/18. 7/9 comes out to 14/18. And therefore the 15/18 is bigger, which means 5/6 is greater, so I put in the greater symbol in there. Okay, looking at B is a little bit different because now we have 1 as a decimal and 1 as a fraction. And I really, in order to be able to compare these numbers better, I really need to know either both of them in fractions or both of them in decimals. And which one's easier to do? It sort of depends on the person sometimes on these. I could convert, first of all, that they're negative makes it challenging, but I could do the 7/10 and write that as a fraction. That may be the fastest way, is change the 7/10 and minus 5/10 sevenths so that they are the same denominator and make them both out of 70. That could be, and so you're certainly welcome to do that. The same way that we just did the last problem, change this one to 7/10 as a fraction, convert them so they have the same denominator, and then compare them. Or the other idea is to get them both as decimals. Well, how do I convert 5/7 into a decimal? Well, 5/7 is actually 5/7, or 5 divided by 7. So I could actually go ahead and start doing that, is actually do 5 divided by 7 and see, I don't have to, there may be a decimal that goes on for a while, but I can go ahead and put this in there and see if I can figure it out here. So 7 goes into 50, putting the decimal in there 7 times. 7 times 7 gives me 49, and then I subtract, and I have 50 minus 49 gives me 1. Bring down the 0. All right, now how many times does 7 go into 10? 7 goes into 10 once. All right, and 7 times 1 gives me 7. I subtract. I can pretty much stop at this point because I know that I have, this one is negative 0.7 repeating, and 0.7, and this one is negative 0.71 something, and I can stop like that because I can tell if these were positive, the 0.71 repeating would be bigger because it's got because of the ones after it is making it bigger than just a 0.7. But because it's negative, it's just the opposite. In fact, the negative 0.7 is actually greater. So I'm going to put a greater symbol in there. All right, so again, that works whether I convert them into fractions, both into fractions, or both into decimals. You choose which way you want to use for C, and then please compare it to mine. Go ahead and stop the video, and then come back and compare. Okay, so if I tried to divide 3 divided by 5 to change that to a decimal, I get 0.6. And by the way, some of you, hopefully, you'll be able to look at a fraction like 3/5 and maybe even be able to convert that into 6/10 and see that as 6/10. If you know that 6/10, you don't actually have to do all this math. The more practice you have with numbers, the easier it gets, but you can certainly always do this 3 divided by 5 and get 6/10 here. So I get 2.6, or 2 6/10, and 2.6 repeating. Which one's bigger? The 2.6 repeating. Okay. I guess we'll stop the video now and then move on to the next video after this.